You are now in the zone. With Taste Test Live. Hosted by Damien, Lamar, and Blue Franswa.
What's jazzin'?
What's jazzin'?
What's jazzin'?
What's jazzin'?
Yeah, welcome to Taste Test Live. I'm Damien Lamar. I'm the host of Taste Test on WJCT 89.9 FM, the NPR affiliate here in Northeast Florida. My radio show Taste Test is a 1-hour music program that airs weekly on Saturdays and Tuesday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. And this year's goal is to redefine urban radio. We do that several ways. We have you here who are here listening on the show, and we also redefine urban radio with the podcast. So back again for another fantastic week. Is joining me in the Studio One is my co-host, Mr. Blue Franswa Extraordinaire. Welcome.
Blue. Hey, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Had a good weekend.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened this weekend?
Saturday, I was at a live listening party with Damien Lamar.
Oh, you're talking about me as if I'm not here.
Oh, yeah. I was there with you. Awesome show. Had an awesome party.
Thank you.
I had maybe 3 sips and I was gone.
Yeah. I think Blue's a lightweight.
He is a lightweight.
I don't drink.
Yeah. It was like you told the bartender to go easy. And he ended up, like, I guess putting, or she.
Yeah, she put too much.
She put too much?
Autumn
What's too much, though?
2 sips of alcohol for me, I'm done. But Autumn had to carry me to the car. Thank you, Autumn.
Jesus. I didn't realize that, so I'll make sure I hide all my liquor when you come to the house.
It was a few more people wasted at your party than me, though, because they was a little cuckoo.
Present company included.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't cuckoo. I was just having a lot of fun. So speaking of this party, yes, I had the privilege and the honor of celebrating my first year on the radio. Taste Test Radio has been on the radio for a year. So I decided to throw an anniversary party / going away party for my friend Keela. Keela and Demetrius, her husband, are moving to Sasebo, Japan. They're in the military and will be leaving pretty soon to head over to Japan for 3 years. So, yeah. And I kind of walked in while everybody was saying all these like sad stories. We're going to miss you and you're going to, and I'm like, hold on. This is supposed to be a party. Y'all, y'all, we can't do this.
Yeah.
So I turned the music on and we proceeded to party, right? Yes. So, yeah, that was fun. So, yeah, it's a new year and a new season for Taste Test. We're officially moving into year 2. Just got moved to Saturday nights, which is awesome for you, for our guest artist who is visiting today, which you guys will learn a little bit more about. But Blue, before we dive in and really, really learn about our guest artist today, can you take a few moments and tell our first-time listeners what they can expect with Taste Test Live?
Yes. Each week on Taste Test Live, we have heartfelt and insightful music digestion sessions. And we also highlight the happenings in the music and entertainment industry. On our podcast, we interview artists, singers, producers, entrepreneurs, and more.
Yes, we do. And I'm so excited. This year's focus is to feature more live in-studio performances. So we'll have some new, fresh content for all of you subscribers and listeners so that you have stuff to see and experience. And we are also now booking guests into April. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you'd like to be a guest on Taste Test, the radio show, or on Taste Test Live, the podcast, head over to www.tastetest.live so we can consider inviting you on the show. So, yeah. I have to say, before I read our guest bio and really dive into the guest interview, because we want her to be a part of the segment. Yeah. Before I do that, you are responsible for bringing this beautiful being into the studio today. He's doing some kind of like Egyptian Aztec. What kind of dance is that?
It's called I don't know what it's called.
That's the Egyptian bankhead bounce.
Yeah, bankhead bounce.
The Egyptian bankhead bounce.
Bankhead bounce.
I like that though. That was pretty good. I gotta work on those moves.
Remember the time?
Michael Jackson. Remember the time with Iman?
Yeah, Iman.
Yeah, and Eddie Murphy was in that video. Yeah, that's a good video, man. That video, I watched that a couple weeks ago. It's still good.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Still.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shout out to rest in peace, MJ.
Yeah.
King of Pop.
King of Pop. Yeah.
His legend definitely will live on forever, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So this lovely voice you hear in the background is Miss Charity Linique. I'd like to take a quick moment and introduce our guest to you guys. Charity Linique, born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, believes to be destined for artistry. Her debut project, Sweet Nothings, is a small yet profound glimpse into her fabulous mind. As a singer-songwriter, Charity Linique expounds on being focused, but not only losing sight of one's true tunnel vision. Her intentions for Sweet Nothings project was to literally shed light on everyone, especially creatives who are working on their dreams, in hopes to remind them to avoid being distracted and stay focused. So before performing music or pursuing music, Charity Linique catered to many gifts. From freelance modeling, professionally dancing for Jacksonville Giants, and even exercising her intellectual skills by working in corporate America. Like many creatives who are called for a bigger purpose, she never felt fulfilled. And I can understand that. This process was not easy. And as one that is ensured the strip down of who she thought she was, she's becoming who she now is. Charity Linique has gracefully experienced through the storms, sunny days, which led her to write every piece of content on her debut record, Sweet Nothings. Relatable, the lyrics that she puts out, listeners and viewers who are listening to them, they really want to see and experience her without all the gimmicks. The soulful diva gives us class and a sprinkle of hood as she's true to her Duval culture and home training. So welcome to Taste Test Live, Miss C. Linique.
Yes, I definitely feel welcome.
Yeah, happy to have you.
you.
It's been a while. We've known you were going to be on the show for a while. And
Yes,
every
and-
time I see the date getting closer and closer, I get really, really excited because personally, I listened to your LP and I bumped it like a whole weekend.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Thank you. I
why
really appreciate
are
that.
you still in Jacksonville? Like
Yeah.
I'm waiting. So hopefully after this interview, your agent, manager, publicist, whomever will hear this and say, yeah, we need to do a better job making sure she's represented and like launch her. I'm just saying, y'all listening, y'all better step it up.
Step it up.
She ready.
Don't look at me, Charity.
She ready.
Blue knows why I'm looking at him, y'all.
Yeah.
You talking about me?
Well, yeah, you're one of the people on the team. Y'all better get y'all act together, man.
Yes, I really appreciate that shade. Yes.
Yeah, I try to throw shade as much as possible. Sometimes I go for like casting the whole palm tree. And you know, if it's one of those trees with nuts and you got a nut fall on your head,
Yeah.
then
Oh,
you know,
man.
That was one of
coconuts. Some palm trees have coconuts, so you might get hit in the head with a coconut.
Hey, yeah.
But it's all done in fun.
All done.
That's all done in fun. So,
Exactly.
So welcome. Let's we're gonna jump. If you don't mind, will you join us in our next segment?
Absolutely.
We missed it last week. Blue had an emergency and he couldn't be here, so I had to interview a really great guest. Ace Wynn was on last week.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Talked to
Very
him.
good. I listened to it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Autumn.
Yeah, Autumn represented.
Yes,
she
he did.
jumped in and she was the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Autumn.
Yep. So this week we're back with a segment called "Put This in Your Mouth."
Okay.
Put this in your mouth.
Put this in your mouth.
Wow.
Okay.
You know I'm gonna
Thought
sample
we
that,
were-
right?
Yeah.
You already know. I'm just letting you know I'm gonna do it without your permission,
Okay, no, you can.
and I'm gonna put it to music, and you'll be like, "Dang, Damien Lamar got a jingle. Like he got some free media bites." So thank you for that. Can you do that one more time?
I got you. Put this in your mouth. Oh, just the same way. I thought I was going to ease up. Sometimes I
little
ease off
something.
and do another little.
Sometimes it don't even take all that. You did it. She did it right on the first try. That was a one and done right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, Blue. Oh my God.
It's
we
a lot.
we got quite a
I'm
bit to
gonna start
discuss.
positive.
Okay, that's good. So let me just set it up for our guests. So Charity, since this is your first time here, our Put This in Your Mouth segment is what I refer to as the music digestion section of the podcast. This is where we talk about what's going on in the industry, who's doing what, who's showing out, who's dropping music, who's, you know, coming up with some exclusive music, who's doing some great things. We're going to lead off with some positivity. So Blue,
Okay.
give it to us.
DJ Maceo of De La Soul stopped in off his tour, performed live here in Jacksonville at 1904. He also did a live podcast interview with Al Pete and DJ Guru, and it was an awesome show. Like he did some amazing things on the ones and twos, and it was the whole hip-hop nostalgic vibe, and I was glad I was able to not only document the night but also to experience it. So that was very good. 1904 is iconic for like hosting and letting some of the best come perform. So
yeah, I mean they've brought in. I mean, my last real concert was Adrian Young and Ali Shaheed Muhammad that used to be with
look them up, y'all.
De La Soul's Tribe Called Quest. They are the composers of Luke Cage on Netflix.
Yeah.
So all the music that you hear when you're watching Luke Cage, those guys, and they put out this project called The Midnight Hour. And Lauren Oden, one of the singers,
yes,
dude sang. But that was an amazing concert. I have some video footage I can show you after this if you want. So yeah, back shout out to all of our good friends at 1904. Shout out to Mr. DJ Al Pete,
DJ Guru. They do an event. I think it's every other Sunday, the session, and a nice vibe. They had a live painting by Aaron Kendrick. So it was amazing.
Okay.
Travis Scott is set to headline the Pepsi pre-Super Bowl party in Atlanta. I think Atlanta's Super Bowl is gonna be February 3rd, and it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. I think matter of fact, I think I'm going up there for Super Bowl.
Oh wow! Are you going to the game, or you just going
No, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna be working with a program with a program that's gonna be doing like live events with celebrities. So I'm just gonna be taking pictures and come back.
Yeah, man. You're gonna get in the thick of it though. It's gonna be lit up there right now.
Yeah. Soulja Boy took headline last week. He did a interview with the Breakfast Club that went viral. Mm-hmm. He was proclaiming that he had the biggest comeback, and everybody was arguing that he didn't. And he was saying that Tigger didn't really have the biggest comeback, and so he was challenging why he was the biggest. Didn't make a lot of sense, but he did state a lot of facts. His delivery was not the best, but when viewers end up looking up his background, he was one of the first artists to be on the internet to start a movement. He wrote and produced his song that he got all the money from. He made claims that Drake copied a lot of his styles. I'm not a big Soulja Boy fan, but
the interview was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was very funny.
Didn't he say hip hop?
He what?
He said hip hop. He was referring to hip hop, and he referred. I mean, I laughed because I was like, "Oh, Soulja Boy just, he's got, he's not the king of hip hop. He's the king of hip hop."
Yeah. You know what made the interview funny? Like I heard he was born in Mississippi. He lived in Atlanta, and he lived, now he lives in L.A. And on a separate on Complex magazine, they do something called Everyday Struggle, and DJ Academics asked him a question and said, "Hey, he was like, hey, I'm from Zone 1, which is in Atlanta," and he said, so Academics say, "But I thought you was from he said something, and he told him, he said, "Shut the F up." And it was so
on the interview,
on the interview live, and he was making threats at him and saying, "You don't know me, I'll slap that, I'll slap y'all right now," and it was just going
you
left.
can take him out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of him.
So it was funny.
Soulja Boy.
But I do have a lot of respect for Soulja Boy for pioneering this whole internet movement and helping artists to put their music on the platform of YouTube and creating a career from it.
Mm-hmm.
He had a point. He just came about it the wrong way.
Bad
Went
delivery.
about it the wrong way.
Bad delivery. And I can do it without the way that he talks, but he's very passionate, and
he loves hip hop.
He loves hip hop.
Hip hop.
He loves hip hop. And what's so funny? He's a genius. Like now he's being tweeted, he's being searched. He's trending right now, and he dropped a song called Drip. Which I didn't like it, but he got a lot of views. He actually right now has more views than any other guest that has been on Breakfast Club.
Whoa.
He beat who hold the record was 6ix9ine. So he beat him in his first week. So he has more views on Breakfast Club right now than any other. So Damien. Anyway, J. Cole releases a new single called "The Middle Child." He is one of my favorite hip hop rappers. I'm just gonna say that, hip hop rappers. I love a lot of the projects that he's doing. He's being very, different and versatile. So shouts out to J. Cole on his new project. And
Okay.
wait, before I go to that,
Yeah.
two things I want to mention.
I wasn't. How do you know what I was gonna say?
Before you say that, listen, the Mute R. Kelly campaign is growing and is going strong. It's getting bigger. Two, the RCA have just dropped R. Kelly Billboard stats off of the Billboard, so they don't report. So if he's being played anything, they're not going to be reporting anything from R. Kelly. And then also R. Kelly is more people are trying to indict him and try to press more allegations. But if that goes through or not, hopefully more people will join the Mute R. Kelly bandwagon.
Well, speaking of Mute R. Kelly, a couple weeks ago we had our guest Chris White from the Cats Downstairs on, and his lovely fiance Jihan Grant. And Jihan, for those of you who haven't heard the podcast, go back and listen.
Yeah,
there was a great segment on sexuality, how in the industry a lot of misogyny is going on. She spoke a lot on that, and especially during that time with the Lifetime networks expose of all things R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly as they refer to it. In spite of all that, there was recently, and one of my things that I like to mention is one of my favorite artists, Erykah Badu. She's under fire for something that she said. Now, I'm not going to necessarily defend Badu, but I have to preface by saying that after she said what she said, I went back and saw what she said, and I'm not sure how people can literally take the words of the artist and completely twist them and run to the blogs, run to the media.
I'm gonna defend Erykah Badu.
I'm not saying I'm defending her, because her words don't need to be defended. She said, like, R. Kelly needs to get some help.
Right.
And she talked about that she's going to pray. She's praying for R. Kelly, and that she loves him with unconditional love.
Which is nothing
So
wrong.
people are like, oh, you shouldn't love him with unconditional love. No, we can't do that.
And she don't bite her tongue.
So if someone is, let's say they're sick. Let's say this is an illness. If all these allegations are true, and he actually really did have sexual relationships with a bunch of minors, and he was seeking them out. If he's got a problem, he should get help.
Yeah,
this is what she's saying, and that we need to allow him to get help instead of completely condemning a person. Just all of a sudden, completely condemning them based on mere allegations.
Yeah,
nothing has been proven in the court. Aren't you guilty in a court of law until proven innocent, right?
Yeah.
Or aren't you innocent until proven guilty, I should say? So
yes.
She, after she communicated, there's been a lot, and Erykah, knowing her, she does tweet, and she's got, well over almost 3 million followers, close to 3 million followers on Twitter. She went to Twitter and she completely explained herself. She says, I love you unconditionally. That doesn't mean I support your choices. I want healing for you and anyone that you've hurt as a result of you being hurt. Is that strange to you? That's all I've ever said. Anything else has been fabricated or taken out of context.
Yeah.
And when you come from a position of love and light, sure, you're going to be misconstrued, because people want to see, they want to strip you down. They want to take you down instantly. And right now, he should be, until all these allegations are cleared up, we should allow the judicial system to do what the judicial system does. And we know in our own case that the judicial system doesn't always win. It doesn't always work. It fails us and a lot of times. So, but for those of you who are reading and you saw the backlash, I'm not sure why there was any backlash against Erykah Badu. Please do yourself a service. When you're hearing someone speak, listen to what they're saying.
Exactly.
Try not to extrapolate your own perceptions and your own context from what's going on.
Right.
You know, hear people for what they say at face value. Don't take people's words and thwart them and move them around.
Yeah.
Give people what she said. Like, you know, Nene Leakes on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I said what I said. I mean, when you say what you say, you can stand by what you said. You don't have to go and backtrack. When Erica realized, because there was one point in the interview when she was speaking, she says, now I got to see how I'm back out of this. Because she knows how people are going to take her words and completely turn them around.
I mean, if people listen with the intent to understand even, or just sat back and really read what she said instead of being on the, like, everybody's just ready, you know, in the time we're living in, everybody's just gung-ho on, you know, they want to, like you said, it's like rowdy, it's negative, you know.
Yeah, and they thrive off the negativity instead of, you know, like when somebody's doing something positive, you don't hear anything about it. But the minute somebody's doing negative, that's all you hear. You see it on the news 50 million times a day. The media will they will put a new jacket on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it keeps going. So that's my little speech. I'm not going to do too much more talking about R. Kelly, but there are some other allegations that are brewing against another musician right now.
A judiciary source in Paris confirmed that on Tuesday that Chris Brown has been detained along with two other unnamed individuals on charges on aggravated rape and multiple narcotics offenses, multiple narcotic offenses, and that they currently remain in police custody right now.
I did not know about this. Wow.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure how to feel.
I don't have the full story, but I heard. Did you hear Chris Brown raped someone?
Yeah, it's
Oh my goodness.
What did he post?
But that's what's on the street. That's the word on the street.
What
because
did he post? He said he denied.
He denied it completely. He's like, never.
Yeah.
You know, this is a direct character assassination against him and his family. He's got a family. He's got a daughter he's trying to raise. You know, we have to be very mindful and careful, even in the position that we're on. In this podcast, we deliver information, and sometimes there are allegations. We talk about it being reported that so and so happened. I don't know these people. I don't know what happens, but I know a lot of people, especially our listeners. They love this juice.
Yes, they love the tea.
They like the tea. They like to put the tea in the mouth. So we do our best to provide some light. So I really hope that it didn't happen. I hope that Chris Brown didn't. Jesus, you can't take something that doesn't belong to you, guys. Yeah. All right, that's my speech. So we're gonna take a quick break. Before the way we take a break is we play music. So Charity, what did you bring to share with our Taste Test Live listeners today?
Oh, we can actually enjoy Love Down.
Yes, that's my favorite, John.
Yes, it is actually my favorite too. Well, one of my favorites off of Sweet Nothings, which is my debut EP that we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, which we'll dive more into later. But yes, guys, Love Down. It's really fun, so yeah.
All right, so here's a Taste Test Live exclusive by Charity Linique. Love Down. Have a taste.
Give me something but
That's my favorite. That's my favorite song on the whole record.
Yes, thank you.
So why is it your favorite?
Oh man, I think it's my favorite because it's so fun. And when Ed, my producer, when he sent it to me, I was like, man, this is like, I got a Prince vibe from it. You know,
Yes.
just kind of like is this really, really? You know, it's just
Yeah.
really, you know. So I was like, and at the time, it's so funny. I was actually dating someone, and I'm very, when it comes down to my emotions, I'm super like, I know how to express them, and I'm very in tune with them. So I literally just listened to it and just kept vibing, and I was freestyling. Then I got to writing, and then
There it is.
There it is.
That masterpiece happened.
Yes. So.
Okay. Do you find that most of your material comes to you that way, or do you have like, how's your inspiration? Talk about your inspiration process.
Yeah, definitely. The way it normally happens for me, especially for Sweet Nothings, like it was some instrumentals that I had that just didn't make it. You know, it has to be a vibe. It has to be a feel for me. And sometimes, for the most part, I can't just sit down and write. Like, it's me thinking, and I'll put on the instrumental, and I'm like, okay, I'm vibing to this.
Yeah.
Okay. No. You know, I just kind of go.
Yeah, you feel it. You have to feel it. Yeah.
I have to feel it, you know. And even, you know, if I'm in a session and I'm writing, it's just more so like, okay, I just have to be in tune with that, with the beat, what I'm talking about and stuff like that. You know, that's really, I would say,
Okay.
how to describe it.
So I know as an artist, when I was reading your bio, you juggle quite a bit, and I can identify with that because, you know, having been a musician for, gosh, well over 23, 24 years, juggling the art of going to work for the man, as they say,
Yeah.
the day job, being in corporate America, but also having the desire to crank out material, put a product out
Yeah.
in the midst of a crazy busy life already.
Right.
How did you balance that, and how long did it take you to release your first debut?
Man, it honestly, it took me 9 months, and it's so funny. I always refer to Sweet Nothings as my baby because of, you know, the fact that it took me that long. But really, juggling, I was working 10:30 to 7 at the time. So I would literally get off from work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I go to the studio. Shouts out to Southside House of Sound. I couldn't talk. Just
Get it right. House of Sound on Southside.
Southside House of Sound. Yes,
Yeah.
that's where I pretty much made all my music on
Okay.
Sweet Nothings. Okay, but anywho, yes, I would literally just get off and go straight to the studio. And even times when I was like, man, I'm tired, my producer Ed would push me. He's like, no, come on, you know, we got to get it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative for that because it was times, man, working corporate and trying to pursue a dream where, you know, it's not much. I won't say support because I have a lot of support. Like, my family and friends really support me. But it's just, you know, it's things that you look for as an artist. You go in thinking it's going to be this way, and it's not like that
At all.
You have to put in work. You have to grind. You have to go through the different experiences to get where you really want to go. And even then, it's just like, you don't know your destiny until you just, you know, until you're
on your way
exactly
to your destiny. Yeah.
and you just got to keep working. So I kept working.
Okay.
And I just, you know, I didn't give up. And towards the end, you know, I put in more work. I picked up another job. You know, I just I was doing a lot. But even now I'm doing a lot, but it's worth it.
Because you're doing something you enjoy, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what pushes you when you know it's a passion for you. You just keep going.
So are you right now enjoying the success of your debut album?
It didn't stop there for me. I was not satisfied. When I released Sweet Nothings, I'm going to tell you a secret. I ain't told nobody this.
Uh-oh.
I cried. Like, after I released it on 8/8 of 2018, August 8th, I was like, ugh, I literally just cried. And it wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't necessarily, oh, I'm so happy. It wasn't, I'm sad. It was like, I got to do more.
Yeah.
I got to release more. I have
So
to
you know what
yeah.
that is. It's referred to. I played this song on one of my shows. It's an artist, Taylor McFerrin, Bobby McFerrin's son. You know, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yeah.
His son, Taylor McFerrin, released a song called Postpartum. And it's the same energy after you put out a project. So after you had this 9-month baby, you deliver.
Right.
You feel the weight lifted off of your shoulders. You did it.
Right.
And then you released.
Yes,
and
that's
you experienced postpartum.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
And then it was just kind of like, okay, what's next? So now I'm working on Beautiful Chaos.
Oh, so you already have a name for the album.
Oh, yes. Listen, I told you, we got to keep working.
I love it.
Yes. So I wouldn't even I would say this is more of a mixtape because I'm going to be, it's a lot, it's fun. You know, it's just kind of, my generation is into, more, they like the hip music and so what I'm doing is bringing my R&B soul feel to the generation. So I'm just going to have fun with it.
Good.
So I was like, okay.
I hope it does well. I hope it's just as good as Sweet Nothings.
Yes, thank you.
Because that's a solid record. For those of you who haven't heard it, do yourself a favor. Tell people where they can actually go and download the record.
Yeah, you guys can actually find my EP on my website, charitylinique.com, and it's streaming on all musical sites. So iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal, everywhere. So you guys can find it, and YouTube.
There you go. Yeah, awesome. So, Blue, I know you had a few questions that you wanted to toss at Charity Linique.
As a lot of people may know, me and Charity go way back. She was one of my, well, she still is when she's not busy. She's one of my model muses. It was probably like maybe 6 years ago. She was working at ADT, and I remember I came up there to bring her some lunch, and I was letting her hear some music that I was kind of like working on, and I was like, man, you should do more in this music. She's like, yeah, I want to sing, and so then one weekend I was like, hey, let's go out, and we went out to Secrets. At the time, Duke Duval was the club owner, and they was doing some kind of event there, and the host I knew I had a real good relationship with, so Charity went up there. It was like a Saturday night. She went up there, and I didn't even tell her that she was gonna sing. We were supposed to go watch some people sing, and I said, "Charity, go to sing." And she went up there, and she had was it Beyonce? What was it?
No, I remember it was actually a Priscilla Renee song, "Hell on My Apple," and then I went into Erykah Badu, Green Eyes.
Of course you did.
Because I was just so, I started feeling it. At first I was like, Blue, what? But I'll never forget that because Blue is actually, he introduced me to, like, that night. I remember that passion that I felt. I was like, man, I belong up here. Like, this feels great.
So it's like he put you in the water.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now fly, my child, or swim, my child, swim.
You got
Go, I'm leaving.
Yeah, we can say that. But yes, I'm definitely so grateful for Blue. Like, over the past 10 years, a lot of my opportunities, it stemmed from, our connection and just our friendship and working together. So definitely.
When I went to the listening party, she had a listening party for her album before she released. A lot of the songs that she wrote about, I was familiar with some of the situations. I was there. Me and her been through it, and so to hear some of the songs come to life about situations, I think it's very creative and remarkable. I get mad at her a lot because I think she.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. You get mad at her? This beautiful woman here? You get mad at her?
You don't know her. You don't know what I go through. You don't. Faith, back me up. Her sister's in the studio with us. Faith, they don't know what we go through with this girl. They don't know.
You know why? Because she's an artist.
Yeah, she's an artist. Yeah, but
I ain't gonna let him do you like that.
Thank you.
No, but
there's a reason she's like that.
No, listen, you gotta understand. She is she's overly critical about each and everything. Like each and everything.
More than me?
Yeah, she got you beat. Yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo, so
yeah,
I'm just,
very meticulous and strategic about how you want things done.
Definitely.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
Is. But the questions I wanted to ask you, because like I said, I just wanted to, let people know the relationship and the history. With right now, we're in a climate of music shifting and transitioning. Do you feel like you have do you feel like you have something to share with the world with this new style? Because I know what kind of music you like. I know kind of the neo soul, and I know that's something that you would rather do. But do you feel like you're gonna be able to fit in with your new style, new music, with the way music is, where music is going?
Mm-hmm. That is a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. when I first started, as you know, I was so gung ho on just staying in my lane, neo soul or just R&B. So as of right now, and it's all of the experiences that I've been through so far in music and the things that I've discovered, I have learned that I have to adjust. So it's definitely going to be a lot of different sounds coming out of me. It's not going to be the same, R&B soul, just kind of, neo soul. It may be a little hard. It may be a little trap. I might even go country one of these days, who knows? No, I'm joking, but I'm not. But anywho, I see that when it comes down to my generation, or just not even just the generation, but just this age that we're in and the music that is trending, it's definitely going to require me to kind of be a little...
Come out your box, your shell.
Exactly. I was looking for the words. I have to come out, and I have to get uncomfortable, which I'm doing right now with Beautiful Chaos. So I'm super excited. I go to Atlanta in February, next month, to shoot the videos for my first single that I'm going to release from it. And it's probably going to be shocking to people because it's a different me. But I'm like, hey, I got to show them this side. Yeah. So I'm really excited.
I know I was working on a lot of your projects, doing marketing and promoting, and what happened to the movie that you shot? Like, what was the response on that? Because I didn't get to watch the full. I just saw clips. Like, what was the response? I know you did a premiere that we was promoting.
Right. So I did. I was able to sell some of the. I basically brought a few DVDs with me to my premiere showcase. No, I'm sorry.
You got excited real quick.
What ended up happening is Ed and I, we saw room for improvement, to say the least. Just not even that it was bad. It's just more so I wanted to add in a few more things before I really aired it and put it online, because I'm going to do that in April of this year. So we're going to have it streaming to where people can actually go view it, we'll have a system set up for that. But as of right now, it's just kind of in the works still.
Is it true that the movie kind of goes along with your album, Sweet Nothings?
Yes, it did. The movie is entitled Sweet Nothings as well, because it's actually it's basically the EP is a soundtrack for the movie. So that's pretty much where we were going with it. However, the movie tells a story, an in-depth story, and kind of puts some of the songs that, make sense with the story there. So.
Wow. Yeah, last question, and then, Damien, you can jump in. Last question from me, because I got 1 million.
He usually has like 4 minimum.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. I know that in the songs you dealt with a lot of mental abuse, physical abuse. With everything that's going on with this R. Kelly stuff, do you feel like it's important for you to speak up and take the reign to say, hey, I've been through something similar? Not that you've been through with R. Kelly with that whole time.
Right.
But is it important to say, kind of be a voice? Because it seems like, from what I'm seeing, that women are afraid to speak up or to tell somebody, let someone know. It seems like that's where the issue is. Like, there's a disconnect of saying, hey, this is what's happening with me. Do you feel like you need to step up and say, hey, it's okay to be strong, it's okay to speak up, it's okay to fight back?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was really one of my intentions with releasing Sweet Nothings. You have to understand, I basically put myself out there. I was very vulnerable because I'm talking about real situations, So as of right now, I would definitely consider myself an advocate for women, because I know how it feels to be put in a position where, someone or things can make you feel so low. And at this time, I just feel like my inspiration or my message to women is to, self-love, love yourself. Make sure no matter what, you always have that confidence within yourself, so no one else or nothing else can tear you down. You can always build and, hey, whatever. So I'm glad you even said that, because I'm actually working on a women's empowerment event. It's actually going to be in April of 2019 as well. April is a big little month for me. Big month for me. But yes, it's going to be entitled Women Empowered Together. It's just a conference that I'm hoping that it'll be annual, so I'll name it First Annual just to put it in the universe. But it's going to be myself and 3 other amazing speakers that are going to come, and they'll deal with their own, success stories. But I'm going to talk to women about my story and even why it's important to follow your purpose, find your purpose and passion in your purpose, and go for that for all you know. So it's just, I'm really excited about it, getting everything together for it.
Wow.
That's amazing. So your first quarter of 2019 sounds like it's jam-packed.
Absolutely.
With some creativity, some goals. You already launching, you running.
Oh, definitely.
All right, speaking of running, and speaking of working out, there's a video I saw of you performing your version of Ape Shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She didn't give me directing credits, but it's cool.
So you had something to do with that?
That's my spot.
Yes, Blue
Me and Bogart Enterprises.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay. I need to know your thought process, why you decided to do that. And when I saw it, it was like right after the song came out. It was, I mean, it was like call and response.
You better give me credit right now. Right now. Big Draco.
Listen, I knew it was coming. Listen, so it's so funny. So Blue, of course, is my, like, he wears so many hats when it comes to my career, but he basically was like, you know what, we got albums, we got to do something hot. You know you love Beyonce, come on, channel your cheer, Beyonce, let's go. No, but seriously though, he was just like, you need to pick a hot song, and we need to go for it. You need to redo it. And I'm like, okay, well shoot, what if we, so we basically came up with the idea of doing it at the.
She executed.
Oh no! I saw the execution.
I think we did it in a week. It took you,
Yeah, it took a week.
Wrote on
thanks
lyrics.
to we got the lyrics. Well, I did the lyrics, of course. We redid it. Ed, of course, recorded me.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus is my choreographer. Shouts out to DeMarcus. He got me a nice little count together, and I was able to get it done and slayed in a week. So. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I'm very athletic, so it was like, come on, let's do it.
She really can dance though. Like she really I knew her as a dancer, so she really. Yeah.
So what's your type of dance? What kind of dance you like?
Oh man, well honestly, ballet and modern are my favorite types. Yeah, I was unfortunately unable to dive deeper into it and go into the extensive parts of ballet, but I enjoy the graceful movement, just sometimes
technique.
I find myself, the technique, there you go. I'm not sure where it is, my words, they're not coming right now.
I'm following you though. I got you.
Yes,
yeah.
but yes, sometimes before I work out, I'll warm up and do the techniques, plies, and just different stuff. It's very relaxing.
Yeah. So a lot of stretching there for
Definitely.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of dancing, are you going to be dancing a little bit more on this beautiful Chaos project?
Oh yeah,
you working
definitely.
You promise?
I promise. I'm gonna be dancing more. I might do. I'm not a rapper, but I might do a little, little spit.
Okay.
I'm just
spit.
gonna, a little spit. Stop. Okay, but yes, I might definitely be doing a lot more of my time. I'm gonna try to exercise all of my talents a lot more going forward in 2019, just going forward, period. And I have the intentions to grow more throughout all of the projects that I do. So, it's just a process through everything.
All right, so last question. Why is it Beautiful Chaos?
It is Beautiful Chaos because, so being that we're going to be, I'm pretty much, like I said, it's fun. And what I mean by fun, I'm going to kind of, again, jump out of my element. I'm not going to be as subtle. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to kind of be a little more, it's going to be a little, a little more.
So a little different for C. Linique.
A little different for C. Linique. Yes, definitely. So Beautiful Chaos is basically me representing, hey, it's going to be a little chaotic. It's going to be crazy. You're going to be able to turn up and, whatever, but it'll still be beautiful. Like my lyrics are still going to make sense. The vocals are still going to be on point. You're still going to vibe. It's just, it's going to be a little chaotic. Okay. No, but it's going to be,
but it's
really
going to be fun.
Yes, it's going to be fun. So I'm really excited to release it.
I can tell your excitement's coming through this mic.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait. So when will we actually hear your very first single?
So honestly, what I'm going to say, I'm just going to say to be announced on that because I don't want to give a date. And, like I said, I'm going to shoot the video next month and I'm aiming to have everything out together. So that's what I'm wanting to do unless of course me, Ed, and Blue talk about something differently.
I got some ideas.
So yeah, more than likely, you know, but just know that when it comes, it's coming. Shake it like pom pom.
Oh, can you give us an exclusive track? Can you give us some exclusive?
Yeah, I know. We need you to come back.
Yeah.
And bring the music so we can put it on the radio.
Yes.
And put it on the podcast so everybody can hear it.
Definitely. And what I'm going to love about the different tracks that we're doing, I can't wait to do them live, you know.
Yeah.
Shoot, you know, I love taking trap music and performing them in a jazz feel. So it's just going to be real fun.
Okay.
It's going to be
All
fun.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with us. And
yes.
This was wonderful.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I
Absolutely.
cannot wait to experience the beautiful chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank
from
you for
sweet
having
nothings
me.
to beautiful chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
So one last time for those of people who have not heard, give us how we can find you and what's coming next. Where can we see you next?
Yes, so my Instagram and Facebook page are both Charity Linique. Also you can find my music. I have a website. It's entitled Charity Linique as well. And I have all of my Sweet Nothings. And I also have one other song, Trying to Hit Me Up. And it's nice, but it's my first release. You can find all of those songs on all music streaming sites. That's iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Tidal, you name it. So yes, you guys go look for Charity Linique. I'm right there.
Yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised when you hear it. I promise.
Are you back on Facebook? Because I know you was taking a break.
Yes, I did. I took a
She
brief.
blocked me.
No,
I'm blocked.
No. I took a break from social media because I really wanted to see. You know, in the times that we're living in, everybody is gung-ho social media. That's how we find out our news. That's how we find out everything. And it's so funny. I had a tattoo artist tell me, well, you're going to get left behind, because I told him that I wasn't on social media, which is funny. That would be the case if I didn't have people that's always telling me, oh, did you see what this what happened? But to my point, it was needed, because I picked up different inspiration, and I was able to kind of get a different feel to my artistry, I feel like, in the time that I was able to go to the park and enjoy the views by myself, you know, just doing different things by myself, or just period, and not being so quick to record it. I was able to really, you know,
just be present in the moment.
Be present, yes. And that really, that definitely adds or changes your perspective when you're able to just be present, you know?
So did that help your writing process?
Definitely. I wrote so much in the past few weeks because I didn't have my social media. So I'm like, well, let me take this out. I planned so much. I did some, like, you know, I made so many goals. Yeah, it's just a lot that I was able to get done on top of, you know, having time to just sit down and think. So I would recommend that to anybody, you know, not necessarily deactivate. You don't got to go all out.
Just go on a diet.
Yeah, just go on a diet, you know,
Okay.
just kind of take a break, you know, maybe not even a whole month, week, whatever. You can just take a day or so just to yourself and write, you know, get inside your mind, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
beautiful.
yeah. But now I'm back, honey, and I'm full force.
Okay.
We're back.
Refocused. she went on a fast, a Facebook fast.
Yeah. Social media fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So again, thank you so much for coming by, Charity. That's gonna do it for us. Can you take us out, Blue?
If you like what you heard, please follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Taste Test Radio. We also have a website, www.tastetest.live, where you can find all of our old episodes, hear past guest interviews. Taste Test Live is a fully syndicated podcast and is on podcast services such as Apple, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, CastBox, or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yes. And I couldn't say this last week, so I'm gonna say it now. If you're listening to the podcast and you like what you heard, like Blue said, give us a rating. Right? Just go ahead and write a review,
Please.
even just say, you know what, I like it.
5 stars.
Right.
And give us
a minute.
5-star rating. That's our show this week. And I have to one last thing is just to say, this podcast is produced, edited, and recorded courtesy of yours truly. That's right, I put a lot of time in. I have one more announcement that I'm super excited about.
Yes.
We're getting ready to open up the floodgates for advertisers.
Yes.
So if you are trying to find an option or a way to have your product heard, that be it art, music, business, consider advertising with Taste Test Live.
Yes.
We have a wonderful platform we're going to be announcing toward the end of the month. And the next time you guys hear me, I'm going to be back with another guest who is not related, Mr. Jason Lamar. the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
And so I have birthday next week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about my birthday.
Let's birthday it up.
I'm getting ready to throw a party.
Oh, yeah.
Another one.
Ooh.
And I'm going to release some music at the party.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Y'all, you and Charity
So
should collab.
I would love to. I really would love to. Yeah. Okay. That sounds like an invitation. All right. Cool. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Please go and share this podcast with your friends. Retweet. Join us on Twitter at Taste Test Radio. And that will do it for us. Until next week, may your days be sweet and your nights be tasty.